could listen to Harrison on a depressed day and perk up. All Things Must Pass, George Harrison Bumper Music Wednesday. Love to visit that joint. What's it called? George's old house, something park. Friar Park, I believe. That must be fun. Taking your phone calls in our next segment at 866-509-RANT. 866-509-7268. Joining us now. I shouted his name out as we went to the break. I ran myself long and didn't have time to say that I saw an article in Townhall Magazine, which really made me laugh. It was like the equivalent of flagpole sitting or something back in the day. Our friend John Hanlon from Townhall Magazine watched an entire 5-hour primetime lineup of MSNBC, just because we always do get anecdotal evidence on how deranged it is, but to actually sit through the telethon that is MSNBC in the primetime, an interesting task. Johnny, congratulations. Made me laugh.
Oh, thank you very much, and thanks for having me on the show.
Well, what did you glean, my friend, from the? Well, first, give us the description of the Mount Rushmore that is MSNBC in the evening. Who are the hosts?
Well, we start off with Al Sharpton. He just got a new show, and then it goes into Chris Matthews, Ed Schultz, Rachel Maddow, and Lawrence O'Donnell. And I did spend a night watching each program one after the other.
Who was the most deranged in your eyes?
Al Sharpton. I mean, he's the one who just got a show. He doesn't deserve a show. He's previously said that he didn't want to criticize Obama about anything. And so MSNBC, I think, found that as a qualification to hosting a 1-hour program, and then they put him on the lineup.
Well, they just waited too long to hire a black guy. They know that. I mean, I'm just being candid. They were supposed to be the liberal place, and they overstayed the all-white thing. And then when they had to hire somebody, they had to do it quickly, and they probably to prove their bona fides and, get black activists off their back, they had to go to the Rosetta Stone of grievance stuff, Sharpton. So that's how Sharpton got the gig, I believe.
I mean, I just wish they had hired someone with actual talent doing broadcasting.
Yeah.
I love the Saturday Night Live skits of him not looking at the right camera. That's pretty accurate. He's a terrible host. I mean,
not a great broadcaster, as it were. Forget the agenda. It's not even great broadcasting skills, right?
Yeah, I mean, like Rachel Maddow, I think she puts out a good product. It's a very liberal show, but she's a good host. Al Sharpton is not.
Well, listen, I have been, and we're talking to John Hanlon from Townhall Magazine, wrote a piece about watching MSNBC's lineup and some appraisals of the evening lineup. I've been on the air with Lawrence O'Donnell, and he is an amazingly genial bloke who has a button that you hit, and I'm telling you, he gets crazy eyes. You get near teachers, or I think his parents might have been teachers or something, or public school teachers or unions, and he can go from DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 1 in a second. He gets crazy. How was he in the night you watched?
He was okay. He promoted a whole segment talking about the politics of Lady Gaga. So he just seems to talk about whatever he feels is necessary. That night he was pretty calm, but I have seen previous experiences of him just going crazy on different guests.
Yeah, he'll cry on you. He'll get a tear in his eye when he gets a little crazy. Matthews, I just find, does he ever embarrassed about his effusiveness about movie stars and politicians? I'm not as enamored of people in the public eye as he is. He genuinely is a bit of a groupie for famous people, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Whenever he can have a celebrity on, he just seems to do that.
Yeah, I can see having celebrities on. Some of them are interesting, but he gets I saw him gush with Ben Affleck one night like he was sitting with Spencer Tracy. It's just, it's kind of odd.
Yeah, it is strange. I remember when the movie Fair Game came out, and he just couldn't stop talking about it. He compared it to all these classic films. Like, what are you trying to get Sean Penn on the show or something?
Yeah, and you get him talking about JFK. Honest to God, he'll roll his pants up and start strolling on the beach in a cable net, throwing a football around. He gets all. I think that's his dream date, being in that Kennedy clan at the Hyannisport, playing half football in the Tide. The last guy, I don't like to talk ill about because I think he's a bully, and I don't need a guy like that on my ass. But Schultz, bit of a bully boy, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of these hosts don't have conservative guests on, but I've heard him talk about conservatives behind their backs. I remember when he called Laura Ingraham a talk radio slut. It's just like, it's not even just liberal propaganda. It's just being mean.
Yeah, mean guy. And I agree that he's somebody you don't need in your life because he'll just pound you and threaten you and, demean you. So, I wish him best of luck over there. Let's say, tell me about Act of Valor, John, and we're talking to John Hanlon from Townhall Magazine. I'm intrigued by it. I haven't seen it yet, but did you go out and see it? It's a true story about the Navy SEALs, right?
It's not a true story. It's based on 5 real acts of valor, so a lot of what happens in the movie is true.
Okay.
But the whole story is not true. But it's a really great movie. It stars 8 active duty Navy SEALs. They use equipment that they got from the Navy SEALs. They worked with the Navy SEALs in making this movie. They used real gunfire. It was just a really exciting and great movie. People who appreciate the military and want to see a movie that actually does that, definitely should go see that.
All right, I'm getting out this week on your advice, John, because I do want to see them celebrated. I'm so sick of these crap rendition films and that I'm going to get out there and see Act of Valor. You can follow John, and it is John Hanlon. Townhall Magazine is where I read his pieces. On Twitter, you can follow him at John Hanlon, Hanlon. We appreciate your time, and I admire your stick-to-itiveness getting through an entire evening of MSNBC, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and thanks for having me on.
All right, John, talk at you down the